Hi guys, I'm your IELTS teacher, Jessica Beck, and in this episode, number 860, this is the second podcast episode in our grammar series. Aubrey and I teach you 3 ways to use the word therefore. This is so important for your grammar score, guys. Students are using this wrong all the time. So listen to this podcast episode and perfect your grammar structures to get that 7 or higher in IELTS speaking and writing. And remember, guys, go to allearsenglish.com/IELTS quiz. Get your free estimated IELTS band score and free resources just for your level. Go to allearsenglish.com/IELTS quiz.
This is an IELTS Energy Podcast, episode 860, When Grammar Matters, Part 2. Don't abhor, therefore.
Welcome to the IELTS Energy Podcast from All Ears English with your hosts, former IELTS Examiner Jessica Beck and Lindsay McMahon, the English adventurer. With hundreds of Band 7, 8, and 9 success stories, our strategies are the smartest in the IELTS world. Get your estimated band score now with our 2-minute quiz. Go to allearsenglish.com/myscore.
In this second important installment of our grammar series, you'll learn all you need to know about the super useful transition, therefore, and how to use it for a bountiful Band 9 on IELTS writing. Hi guys, Jessica here. Just a quick note before we get into today's episode. We want to let you know that at All Ears English and IELTS Energy, we support you guys in this time of uncertainty. And we know that a lot of IELTS centers are closed right now, but they're going to open again, you guys. We know they will. So in order to support you guys, we are adding 2 extra months for free if you enroll in 3 Keys IELTS before April 10th, guys. So usually it's 6 months access, but if you get into 3 Keys IELTS before April 10th, we are extending that by another 2 months. So you get access to the course for 8 months. All right. Go to allearsenglish.com/KEYS. Hey, Aubrey, how's it going down
Jessica.
in sunny Arizona?
Yeah, it's been raining actually the last couple days, but usually sunny. Yeah, everything's changed. Everything's different now.
I know. Oh my gosh. The world is strange. Therefore, we are... what is the effect of that?
We are stuck at home.
The world is strange. Therefore, we are stuck at home. Guys, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in our environment right now, but we are going to talk about a very, very important transition word for IELTS that students are using incorrectly all the time. We're going to explain the different uses of therefore today and really focus on that correct
usage?
I am blanking out. Correct punctuation.
Oh yeah, the
why
punctuation.
Why did I blank out on that word? You know why my brain feels funny? Because the world feels funny right now.
Seriously, I know everything. My kids are home, which is difficult when you work from home to have 4 children at home.
Oh
in case you guys didn't know that.
I can't imagine, even just with one, I'm just like scrambling for educational activities to do. But you know what, guys? It doesn't matter what is happening in the world around us. We hope that all of you are safe right now, and we realize that there is a lot of crazy stuff happening, but we hope you guys are safe and well, and we are not stopping, right? We are still going to bring you all of the episodes on All Ears English and IELTS Energy because our students are very important to us.
Yeah, this is a great thing for you to do if you're stuck home as well, right? Listen to podcasts, check out all of ours, and just keep working, keep practicing for your IELTS exam. I know a lot of test centers are suspending exams, but we will still be here. We're answering questions in the Facebook group. We're bringing our 14 years of examining experience to you. And so, yeah, let's make use of this time for sure.
Yeah, exactly, guys. And one more thing you could do with your time is leave us a review. This contest is almost closed, you guys. So leave us a review in Apple Podcasts or Stitcher. Ask us an IELTS question. Be honest about what you like or maybe something you want different in the show, guys. And we're going to choose one lucky reviewer to get a free level check with an expert from our team. So like Aubrey said, guys, we are still using our many years of experience, my 14 years of examiner experience, to answer all of our student questions in the closed Facebook group, right? Only for 3 Keys students. So we are gonna share one of those excellent questions with you and then talk about some grammar. All right, Aubrey, can you share the question, please?
Yes. So a student just posted yesterday about the word therefore. They were asking if it is correct to use therefore to start a new paragraph. She said she finds herself doing this when writing formal letters or when trying to propose a solution. And she even, provided her paragraphs and showing, oh, we're talking about one thing and you want to transition to maybe therefore. No, right? You can't use therefore to start a paragraph or a sentence that stands alone. It needs to be used as a transition word to show cause and effect between independent clauses, right, Jessica?
Exactly, guys. So this is something that we talked about recently in my episode that I did with Lindsay, talking about how I have been chatting with examiners that are still examining, right? Because I want to be up to date with everything that's happening. And students are still getting low scores in writing. And this is one of the reasons, because they are memorizing some of these transition phrases, but then not using them correctly. Guys, transition phrases have meaning, right? And therefore has to go between 2 ideas. And the whole point of starting a new paragraph is to move on, is to talk about a new main idea. So no, we cannot use it at the beginning of a body paragraph, guys. Instead, introduce your new main idea with a great transition phrase like regarding such and such or as to such and such. So still start a paragraph with a transition phrase, but make sure it's the right one. All right, so 3 different ways we use therefore. What's the first way we use therefore, Aubrey?
All right, so we can use it as a connector for a compound sentence. And we talked about this in part 1 of this grammar series, episode 857. So come back to the blog if you missed that one, allearsenglish.com/episode/IELTS. And use this way, therefore, is a conjunctive adverb. That means that It's an adverb that works as a conjunction because it is joining 2 clauses. This is a great way to use therefore.
Yeah, and guys, oh my gosh, we don't just want to use normal conjunctions and or yet, but, for, nor, so. We need to use these higher level conjunctive adverbs like therefore, however, finally, accordingly. So here's an example that you guys might be able to use in writing task 2 or speaking part 3. Remember, guys, the language in those 2 parts of the exam should be the same. In speaking part 3, you need to be using these type of linking words, just like in your academic essay, guys. So here's an example. Portion sizes have increased exponentially over the years, semicolon, therefore, comma, individuals have no idea what a healthy amount of food actually looks like, right? Linking cause and effect. So the cause is that man, we're just getting huge plates of food put in front of us all the time, increased exponentially. That's a great sort of exaggeration, right? Just to say increased a lot. Great for writing task 1 as well. And so the effect of that is that people don't know what a good portion size looks like anymore. So again, guys, linking cause and effect. So what is the correct punctuation to use in that type of sentence? Hello, awesome IELTS students. Thank you for listening today. We hope you are safe and sound and healthy and happy and still learning. Guys, if you have learned anything useful from this podcast, and we hope you have, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. We are going to choose one lucky reviewer next week to get a free level check with an IELTS expert from our team. So guys, right now, pause this episode and go leave us a review.
Right. So you need a semicolon before your conjunctive adverb of therefore, and then a comma after. You need both of those in order to get all of the points you need for grammar and cohesion coherence. Because if you don't have the correct punctuation, you could have this amazing sentence with great vocabulary and great linking words and still get a low score. Punctuation is so key.
It's so important, you guys. And it seems so silly. It's just these tiny little dots and slashes or whatever, right? And so like students are always worried about their grammar score regarding sentence structures and like forgetting articles and stuff. You know what, guys? Punctuation is more important to your grammar score than any of those rules. I promise you, okay? Like if you have amazing structures, all the verb tense is correct, but you mess up some punctuation, you can't get a 7 or higher for grammar. Like that is necessary. So pay attention to what we just said, guys. Semicolon, therefore, comma. Do not put therefore directly after a comma. All right. We're going to touch on that rule again in just a second. But what is the other way that we can use therefore, Aubrey?
Okay, the second way is as an introductory phrase. So you can begin sentences with therefore, but it needs to be directly related to the sentence before that, right? So for example, the streets in New York City are extremely congested, period. Therefore, many people use public transportation. I love the word congested, right? That's an excellent high-level word meaning crowded, too many cars, too many people. And then, this next sentence has to directly relate. So you can see how you could use either way, right? You could say congested, semicolon, therefore, comma. You can also make it a new sentence. If you're needing some simple sentences, this is a great way to make sure you have a variety of sentences.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you're a person who tends to have a lot of run-on sentences that are too long, and therefore making more grammar mistakes. This is what I tell some of our personal coach students with this problem is like, listen, you need to be very strict with yourself. No more than 2 clauses in every sentence because you're just going nuts and not really keeping track of the rules and just running on with these words. So this is a great way to sort of check yourself, right? Like if you look at a sentence, you're like, that is half of the paragraph. Then find a conjunctive adverb like therefore, cut the sentence off right there, guys. Put a period, start a new sentence. And then remember, guys, after therefore, again, you need that comma. It doesn't matter if it's after a period or a semicolon, you must have a comma after this conjunctive adverb. All right, so this third way, as an interrupting phrase, what does that mean?
So yeah, when you use therefore in the middle of a sentence, you can use it as an interrupting phrase. Here's an example, right? Nations, therefore, have a responsibility to provide for their citizens. And you would have a comma before and after therefore. So you see how it's in the middle of the sentence. It's interrupting the phrase. It's interrupting the thought of the sentence. So we call it an interrupting phrase.
I love it. This is a very high level thing to do, guys. And so when do we do this, right? It has exactly the same usage as the examples that we've already given you. We could just say, therefore, comma, nations have a responsibility to provide for their citizens, right? It's still functioning the same. It has the same meaning, guys. You're linking it to a cause that was in the previous sentence, and this is the sentence with the effect. This is just a great way to show variety in your writing. And remember, that's also what we need to see for a high grammar score. This is a really higher level way to use a transition. I don't see a lot of students doing this correctly. So
it's
again,
true,
guys,
because it's difficult, right? And here's another sentence, because you can see that therefore can come sort of earlier in the sentence or later. You could also say the business that turned away clients was therefore within its rights. So you can be, like you were saying, you can be really creative with where it is to mix up the rhythm and the sound of your sentences so to have some good variety.
Oh my gosh, this is such a great lesson today, you guys. So again, guys, just to be clear, the meaning is the same, right? We're not changing any of that. We use it in exactly the same way. So to have variety, you can put it after the subject, right? Nations, comma, therefore, have, right? Surrounded by commas. Or you can put it after the main verb of that sentence. The business that turned away clients was, comma, therefore, within its rights. Okay, so those are the two places that it would fit and still be grammatically correct as long as it is sandwiched between these all-important commas. All right, Aubrey, would you be impressed if you saw that sentence in a student essay?
Yes, very much so. All three of these are a very high-level way to create sentences and to use linking words in sentences. It's definitely going to get you a higher cohesion coherence score. And your grammar with the correct punctuation, all of your scores are going up when you're using a variety of different sentences and when you're using linking words in different ways. The examiner is definitely going to be impressed.
Yes, for sure. So, guys, I want you to use this word therefore with correct punctuation in a review of this very podcast. Tell us something you've learned. Maybe we are the cause that brought you a great effect. Right? Like, yes. I listen to IELTS Energy every day, semicolon, therefore, comma, my IELTS writing score jumped by a whole band point, right? So if we are the cause, what is the positive effect for you guys? Leave it in a review. And again, guys, we're going to choose this is going to happen next week. This contest is closing next week, guys. So leave us a review and we're going to choose one person to get a free level check with one of our IELTS experts on Skype. So super important. All right, Aubrey, thank you so much for this second installment in this very enlightening grammar series.
Yes, it's fun to be talking about grammar, especially we want to just really relate it to the exam. Like, how can you use this on the IELTS exam? When does grammar really matter? So we're being very specific and thoughtful about what grammar points we're telling you guys, because there are things that make a difference and there are a lot of things that you shouldn't worry about, right? So look to this grammar series so that you'll know what is important, what can you focus on to make a difference for your score.
Exactly, guys. We have been just breaking our brains about grammar lately and really fine-tuning it. Like, what rules actually matter for you guys? What's connected to the score? There are so many grammar websites out there and forums and worksheets and whatnot. You know what, guys? Half of those rules, well, they're confusing. First of all, they don't make any sense. And also, they're not even correct anymore. I mean, some of this stuff we're looking at and I'm like, but actually native speakers do say this, and the examiner would not mark you down if you made this quote unquote mistake. So guys, if you are breaking your brain about grammar, this is a great reason to be in our closed Facebook group, guys, especially right now. Schools may be closed, test centers may be closed, right? Who are you going to ask? If you're in our course, if you're in our Facebook group, then you can ask us, right? We are your teachers all the time. So check it out, guys. Get in the Facebook group. Go to allearsenglish.com/KEYS. And don't forget to leave us a review of the show. All right, Aubrey, hey, good luck out there, man.
You too. Stay safe.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
See you next time. Bye.
Thanks for listening to IELTS Energy. Hit subscribe now and don't forget to find your estimated band score at allearsenglish.com/myscore.